Welcome back. Now, since independence, Nigeria has spent about $13 billion on peacekeeping efforts, participated in about 73% of UN peacekeeping operations, with about 250,000 members of Nigerian armed forces participating in UN-sponsored missions worldwide. Hence, we welcome the election into the UN Security Council as a non-permanent member. Now, this makes it the second time that our country will be elected into the council under the President Jonathan's presidency. Security Council seats are highly coveted because they give the countries involved a strong voice or a stronger voice in matters dealing with international peace and security issues. Last year, the federal budget for security was $1.3 billion. Yet, our internal security appears to be worsening. What does this election into the Security Council mean for our internal security? And how does this impact on the average Nigerian? It's your view. Let it count. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet at us at YourViewTVC. We'd like to hear from you. Now, ladies, this, let me start with Sanzi. The fact that we got this non-permanent seat, what do you make of it?
I think Nigeria definitely deserves to be in that panel because we have made several important contributions towards the peace of, or I don't know for the external community, but for African, AU, ECOWAS, we have very important roles there. So I do think Nigeria definitely deserves to be there. But then I'm looking at it from the angle of Jonathan's administration. We've been elected twice. Now, since independence till date, we've been elected 4 times. So being a part of this panel, aside from being in the big boys group, what exactly does he hold on ground for us? That's just,
okay.
I don't...
You're still not clear on that. All right, well, let's hear your thoughts on this.
Well, for me, let me define the purpose of the UN nation, which is to bring all nations of the world to work for peace and development based on the principles of justice, human dignity, and well-being of all people. All people. Okay. It affords the opportunity for countries to balance global interdependence and national interests when addressing internal problems. Yes, we know that Nigeria as a nation, we have done tremendously well in the peacekeeping missions and all that. And Nigeria has participated over 73% of all this. My point is, if we did not have crude oil funds, would all these things have been possible? You understand? So being elected into the UN seat is because we have something to offer. That is why we are there. I feel so. Okay. It is because we have something to offer. That is why we are there. If we do not have anything, for you to be elected into that UN, you must be economically, powerful.
Yes, of course I feel something. We're in the next 11.
Yeah, so we have something to offer. But then again, there is no direct consequence of Nigeria being elected in that UN seat to our internal issues. I know
that. I think we got in there. We got in there with Chile and is it
Lithuania and Saudi Arabia.
I'm talking about even the African ones. Rwanda. Okay. How much does Rwanda have? Where was it? Is it Chad? Chad got in there with us. And I know Saudi Arabia has money, but how much did you know that Saudi Arabia money is a factor?
Did you know that Saudi Arabia declined the seat?
Yes, I know they declined. They have their reasons.
At the end of the day, you're just one vote. Because the majority of the 5 votes actually counts.
Let me hear Laide's position. What is going on? Okay. So it would seem as if I would be asking questions more than giving.
Okay, let me set it up for us. Okay. All the nations are obviously represented at the United Nations. The members, they're all members.
Yes.
Now, when they have issues, each member country talks about the issues, they discuss it, they make their points, but there are only 15 countries that are allowed to actually make the decisions. Now, in these 15 countries, 5 obviously is permanent. That's the US, Russia, China, Britain, and I think France.
Yes.
They have permanencies. The others, there's many 10, they are non-permanent. Every 2 years they change it. Now, of these 10, 3 goes to Africa. So they spread out the rest. Now, the 3 in Africa, we got one this year. Nigeria, I think, Chad, I believe, and Saudi Arabia. I'm not sure. I can't remember, but we got one of the 3 seats. And just like you rightly said, during the Jonathan administration in 2010, I believe, we also got the seat. Yeah. But the point is that one of the arguments that was made by the, I think one of the ambassadors that was giving us that in the research we read, the fact that, listen, we have only 3 votes. There'll be cases where Nigeria, the Africans are unanimous on an issue. Off the top of my head, I can think of an issue like maybe gay marriage. Imagine if the UN is discussing gay marriage, and the whole world is saying that gay marriage should be legal in the countries and they should be allowed to reside in the countries. And these 3 African countries in these 15 are saying no. Now, because we're non-permanent and because our vote can be vetoed, so the argument of our ambassador was saying that, listen, this is still not, it's not enough. What we should be fighting for is a permanent seat. Because the seats that are there right now covers Europe, North America, Asia, and others. Africa does not have the permanent seat. So
what if you have a permanent seat without veto power?
No, we have to.
No, once you have a permanent seat, you have veto. But you see, that is where I said something, Ryo. I said at the end of the day, they said based on the principles of justice, human dignity, and well-being of all people. Have we exhibited that within our internal system before we now say we want to go and do?
But the every has exhibited it. So why should you then tell us that
Saudi Arabia, to some extent, they are good.
Every
they are okay.
country in the world has exhibited
this. Thank you, Laide, for bringing that.
No, let me. In the US,
wait.
I'm saying there's equality in the US.
Wait. Like they made it very, very important.
Americans will tell you that they don't think there's equality in the US.
Who told you that?
You'll be surprised.
Let me buttress what Laide just said. Because Laide made a fantastic point. All the countries, especially the ones over here, the five. Let me give you a few things I found out. China has unresolved issues with Tibet and the Muslim separatists, internally issues. This your France, this your UK people are having issues with their Northern Ireland, Northern Ireland. They're still having domestic turbulence in between them. This your France. They've been battling with the FLNC, one of the separatists fighting for the independence of Corsica. Each of them have their internal issues where they are bombing each other too. Right, so the point I'm saying that they have internal issues, but that doesn't stop them from having permanent seats.
Can I say something? Wait, hold on. Can I say something?
Yes.
It is not those issues that are the issues. What I'm saying is the well-being of human beings within their... If in China, if you are caught for corruption, do you know what they do to you in China?
Okay, I think I have a
we
call.
are talking about internal policies that protects the human...
Good morning. Sorry. I have
human citizens.
Good morning. I have a call. Hello? Amotai, are you there?
I'm here.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm calling from Italia.
Yes. Welcome on the show. Go ahead.
Okay. You're talking about the United Nations Security Council membership or something like that. Where do you belong to where your vote doesn't count anyway? These 5 members, they have a veto power. Whatever you go there, it doesn't make any sense.
Thank you.
Anything you want to do there, when any one of them, be America, Russia, they can just stand up and say, yes, we veto it. That's it. It doesn't make any meaning. It doesn't make any sense. So just forget
That's why we are fighting for a permanent seat, so that our vote can count.
So that
do you understand the argument? You made a very valid point that right now, even these 5 countries have that veto power. But shouldn't Africa get a permanent seat also? Is it still there?
I think it's gone.
I think it's gone.
Murayo, before we can get a permanent seat, the point, our legal system has to work. Educational
I don't agree.
No, because if you go to America, their legal system is working. The educational system is working. I'm not talking about whether they don't have issues, whether they don't have terrorism issues and all that. That is not the issue. It is within their the well-being of their citizens.
You're the same person that said,
do we have the well-being of our citizens top of our minds as our leaders? That you now say you want to go and represent, what's it called?
You're not necessarily representing anybody. You're just having a seat so that you are part of a discussion, like you said, the big boys club. So what we're asking for is a permanent seat, not so because our house is tidy. Nobody's house is completely tidy. When you think that justice...
Let's finish.
No. When you think that justice in America is the legal system is well sorted. If you ask the American citizens, they will tell you that there are issues that they don't find, that they don't support their government on, about their government involving themselves in other people's issues and security matters.
All right, let me say something. You see, one thing that is very, very critical, Uwa, is the fact that all over the world, they are represented. Asia is represented. Africa is an emerging economy. Everybody's coming to Africa. We're the next frontier. Everybody's coming here. We should have a say in this matter. I have a phone call. We'll come to Sansa when I'm done. Good morning. Are you there? Chill. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, how are you?
I'm cool.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, this membership of United Nations Security Council, what are the criteria before even being a non-permanent member?
Thank you.
Yeah, internally, France, they're having their issue, other Security Council membership, but the issues are not the main issue. You can't compare the issue with Nigeria issue.
God bless you.
Security-wise. Yeah, if France are having issue with their neighbors or with other citizens, they want to have another country. It's different from Nigeria, whereby terrorism, the money we are spending on terrorism, we are not achieving anything. Yeah, we still budgeted 1 point something trillion spending on money. Other African countries. In Yoruba, they will say, but we've not done anything. We are just projecting our image outside at the expense of our internal image.
Thank you, Shu. Thank you, Shu. Yes, Sanzi.
Okay, so I have this tweet that's from Odeyale Solomon, and he says, there is no direct benefit. It's just a way to make us feel important. Iwala did well at the World Bank, but see how messed up we are. Now, in relation to this tweet I got, I'm thinking beyond basking in euphoria of, hey, we are in, of course it is, because I personally do not see what we are going through. It is, I find it really disturbing that Nigeria has spent $13 billion on peacekeeping within the African nations, and yet we, like she said, our internal crisis is still worsening. It's deepening by the second. So what being in this UNSC?
Okay, I'll let you talk. But one thing I think Nigerians must take pride in is the fact that this South Africa they were screaming, South Africa, they have this, they had that. There will not be a South Africa without us. We played a very, very important, vital role doing apartheid. So I know we are a strong nation. Trust me. Yes, we have internal issues, but nobody, no African nation deserves it more than Nigeria on that permanent seat.
I have not said that we don't deserve it, but what I am saying, in America, for instance, if there's a crisis within America, you think they would think about going to Libya when there's a crisis?
They will. Let's take a call. Yes, let's take a call. I have a call. Good morning. Good morning. Are you there? Uwama.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning, Oga. How is everything?
I'm cool.
Yes.
I think that there is a point that this other lady is trying to bring out. I think you'll give her a chance to explain. Because if you look at what she's saying, what have we done internally to put our house in order? It's very important. And secondly, why do we want to be member of that UN security agency? Is it just to go there for show and just belong to the club? What are the benefits? I want to know. What are the benefits?
You get to vote. You get to participate in the voting. Remember, I
think that you are clamoring for. They help you. This thing you are clamoring for, that they want to give us permanency. Trust me. By the time we have our acts right, we will not beg for them to put us there. They would gladly call us to come because they know that now we are now a force to be reckoned with.
Okay. I have to round up. I need to round up. Yes. Let me let Sanzi say her last word.
Well, my last word is we are playing Big Brother to our detriment. I understand America and a couple of other countries play Big Brother, but if America is going to any state or country to help out for any peacekeeping mission, there is something they gain. We helped out in South Africa's apartheid and in Mali and in Chad and in wherever is going on in Kenya. What are we gaining from that?
Okay, all right. Last word, Laide, anything? I gotta move on.
So we should not even fight for the permanency.
Me personally, I believe
Nigeria being one of the major countries in the continent of Africa, I support what you said, Murayo, that they should also be represented as a member of the continent.
Okay, all right. We need to move on. Thank you, ladies. That was interesting. You don't need any last word. We are supposed to be patriots. Now, the increasing spate of jungle justice is next on Let's Talk. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, the recent viral video of a 12-year-old boy that was gruesomely lynched by an angry mob for alleged kidnapping of another child is another example of the rising menace of jungle justice in Nigeria. Jungle justice obviously is the form of extrajudicial killing of an alleged criminal who is either beaten or burnt to death by a street mob. The barbaric act is now a very common phenomenon in Nigeria, with cases of killings and abuse of alleged criminals occurring on a daily basis. Some claim that the ineffective law enforcement and judicial systems can be blamed for the rising spate of jungle justice in the country. But can jungle justice be justified, considering every Nigerian is entitled to their fundamental rights to life? How do we stop this inhumane act? Joining us on the show today to shed more light on this matter are two gentlemen, Tosi Akonde, who is a lawyer and member of the NGO called Don't Walk Away, and Charles Urobogara, who is the media coordinator of the organization. It's great to have you on the show. Thank you very much. Yes, we just recently saw the video of this 12-year-old boy being lynched, and that was obviously really appalling to watch. And it brings to Alu 4, because you remember what happened last year.
That's right.
I mean, there was this global campaign against the extrajudicial killings. Everyone was lamenting, crying, screaming, campaign here and there. But everything has somewhat died down because even the people that were accused are yet to be charged or to be put in jail or some sort. What exactly is going on concerning jungle justice, and what is the organization doing about this? Let's start with the lawyer, Mr. Akondi.
Well, so thank you. Jungle justice, as you know, it's an aberration.
Yeah. And
it's a common feature in the entity called Nigeria. And so far, so good. Following the ugly incidents of Samuel and then the Alufor, which you also mentioned, some of us decided to come together and examine this and look at how we are going to stop it. And perhaps probably to educate Nigerians, the right to life is the very first of the fundamental human rights as enshrined in the Constitution of Nigeria. I'm talking about the 1999 Constitution as amended, Section 33. It lists out the circumstances or the provisions under which you can take a human life. And I'm sure if you look at it very well, you will never find mob killing, jungle justice, or extrajudicial killing. So that is why we are promoting this campaign to educate Nigerians.
Before we continue, let me invite our callers. You can call us on 070-8066-8014. You can tweet at us at YourViewTVC. We know there are a lot of tweets concerning the previous topic, but we'll read some of those tweets before the show comes to an end. Let me give you a situation, Mr. Charles. You see, that we read somewhere that in a situation whereby somebody comes and kills your entire family, maybe a member of a gang, which you know, kills your father, your wife, your children, every member left you alone. And a month later, you spot this same person being accosted by the mob, ready to kill them. They're ready to kill him. They have tires over him. Would you stop that killing?
Well, it's going to be very difficult to do, actually. But the fact still remains that that person should be given the right to judgment, to fair judgment, no matter what the situations are.
I'll answer that question this way. You see, in self-development, you tend to grow to a certain point that you are beyond sentiments. If I were in that category, God forbid, I love my family so much, my wife, my kids, but if I were in that situation, I'll still allow God, the natural thing, to take its course. I wouldn't be so eager to kill him. I wouldn't pray to kill anybody. No, not for one day.
Can I ask something? Because we know that there's a clear demonstration of lack of value for human lives from our leaders. You know, so as an individual, you think that I would not, if there's an opportunity for me to take laws in my hands, when I know that the legal system is somehow warped, I will not take those laws into my hands. And you now come and if you arrest me now, you also jail me or something.
Honestly, I still insist, no matter how you put it, I am beyond vengeance. I personally, Tosin Akonde, I say it before Nigeria, I'm beyond vengeance. So I'll leave nature to handle things. So
for the Alufor now, because we followed it up, you know, to some point, like she said, and everything now has died down. Why do we keep having these reoccurrences like this? We don't have, you know, at the end of the day, a clear verdict being given to all these people.
Mr. Charles,
yeah, that's one of the reasons we took up this campaign. Now, what we're trying to say with Don't Walk Away is actually to avoid such incidents from happening in the first place. But when it has happened, it doesn't mean you need to still go through the process of the law. Now, recently we read in the press that some of the accused persons for the Alufor case, they've been released on bail. I think it's still within the legal process because releasing someone on bail does not grant the person entire freedom. Yeah. So the case is still ongoing. They could be called back and they will have to face appropriate judgment if and when convicted.
Yeah, but what can we do as Nigerian citizens when these kind of things happen? Because I know Don't Walk Away we're trying to go out tell us that we shouldn't walk away. But when you say don't walk away, what do you mean by that? Could you please explain?
Let me take that. What we're saying is that, you see, before the situation degenerates into a chaotic one, you have a chance to, by your voice, to say, don't do that, wait. But by the time that it's getting out of hand, there's nothing even a police officer can do. There's nothing one can do. So that's why they call it jungle justice. But at the point that it has begun, you can actually say, wait, let's hear him out. Let's give him fair hearing.
You know, I don't know.
I understand what he's saying, because when Alufor, sorry sir, when Alufor started, if you went through the newspapers, the pictures that they were showing, and even on the internet, they had been paraded around town for a few minutes.
Very long time.
So you're saying that at the point where they're still being calmly paraded around town, if you had a few people that would stand up for them and say, let's walk them to the police station and try to get some justice here, then the mob wouldn't have actually grown big enough to intimidate anybody. Because it gets to the point where, as an individual, I'll be scared to step out and put my life on the line for someone like that when I know that a whole group of people are saying kill them.
Kill them,
So
exactly.
can I quickly ask a question? Because you're saying that we shouldn't walk away. Is there any way that you are affiliated to the police force? Because are there prompt like phone numbers that people can call when you see something like that, you know, trying to happen? Because for that Alufo, I think there was long enough time for the police to have come and rescued those boys from the hands of those mob, you know, the people mobbing them.
Okay, we're making efforts to affiliate, to let the police at the highest level get to know about our mandate. But you see, talking about Alufo, by the time the case gets to court, a lot of Nigerians will find out some interesting things.
Wow.
In the process of examination, cross-examination, and so on and so forth, you will, at the end of the day, you might begin to urge parents that, look, there is a way you should talk to your children. To start with, this incident happened at night.
Okay. I think I have a call. Good morning. Are you there?
Good morning.
Hello, sir. How are you?
This is Tayo.
Hi, Tayo.
Calling from Ikeja again.
Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
As the beautiful lady there said, the justice system in the country is not working. That is why people now get to this jungle justice. I've been saying it from time and time again. I don't know why they bring this presidential system down and the American judiciary did not come with it. Let every local government elect their own judges. Let every local government elect their own district attorney. That will be on that, you know, so when such a thing happens, the district attorney is his job to prosecute, and is the judge is there to make sure that justice is done. Then people will have belief in the justice system. But the way things are right now, you give them to police collect money and let them go. That is why it started in Lagos here in the 70s. There were a lot of pickpockets, but when government is not doing anything about it, we started putting tire on them, we started burning them. So that is the, you know, so tell these two young gentlemen there, let them take this something to the National Assembly, State Assembly. Let them do something about the judicial system.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes, Sanzi.
Okay, so we have a couple of tweets. I'll read out the tweets first. This is from Ajakin 2003. He says, we cannot even secure our own citizens. How then should we have a say to security issues that concern the world at large? And Ace Photography says, jungle justice has been something going on in Nigeria for ages. The insecurity in the country is a major factor. Now, I'm a huge advocate for second chances. I mean, I do not support jungle justice at all. But then I'm trying to look at it from another angle. Not that I support it, but the role of the judiciary in this, most times, let's look at the case of Alufo. After those kids were killed, the students of Uniport had to go into the community to take out their own justice because they couldn't really, to them they felt like justice wasn't carried out. I mean, nobody really cared about going to court. It was when the Twitter got ramp, people started ranting on Twitter and all of that. That was when the judiciary actually took charge of it. So what do you do when the judicial system in Nigeria can't be trusted?
All right, we'll come to that. I'll let you answer that question, but let me quickly take a call. Good morning, are you there?
Yeah, good morning, Morales.
Good morning, Yoga. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine. But this morning, I'm not agreeing with you on some issues.
Okay.
Concerning the United Nations membership.
Okay, go ahead.
You and I don't agree with both of you.
Okay.
So I agree with Sanzi and Osayiwame.
Okay.
They are good on that issue.
Okay.
So let's forget about that. And Nigeria is not qualified for any issue concerning membership of the UN. Forget about that. When your home is not good, then you are joining other people to put their home in order.
Okay, thank you so much,
Forget about that issue. So those two men that sitting down there,
yes.
If somebody should wipe their family out, they will. It's because they are in the studio there. That is why they are saying all this. Forget about that. Nobody will dare that. It's because they are there talking to people. That is why they are trying to put on themselves that they are calm, they are angel, and all those things. Forget
so,
about
that. Oga, are you saying? Oga, let me ask you a direct question. Oga, let me ask you a direct question.
Justice in Nigeria. That is why you see people choose to go on jungle justice. Because it's somebody who destroy life, who make life uncomfortable for people. Then you take him to justice. The next minute you see the person on the street again, continue pushing to people.
Okay, I understand your.
That kind of all
right, can you hear me for a second? All right, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm
okay.
with you.
Now, in a situation, yes, I understand your position, but in a situation like the Alufo, where the people who have been killed are innocent, should we still allow jungle justice?
How do you know they are innocent?
How do you know they're guilty? How do you know they're guilty?
But those people who caught them, who were parading them, know what they did and made them to caught them.
You don't know that for a fact.
That is where you make a mistake, because you assume because the majority caught them and they're saying that they're guilty, that they should have been killed. That is where jungle justice has a fault in the way it carries out its laws. Nobody knows for sure if Alufo boys were guilty or innocent. The court case has not been
concluded. They're innocent.
It's not concluded yet. No,
they granted them bail actually.
What if one of those boys was my child? I would want somebody to give them the benefit of the doubt and hear them out.
Yes.
But when you have a majority saying this person is guilty, it could happen to you. You that you are calling him, sir. You could be presumed guilty of an offense, and they would already have passed judgment on you before you get a chance to talk.
All right, let me allow our guests to answer what he said and also what Zanzi said about the decline of our justice system.
No doubt about it, that man is angry. Yeah. So when you are doing this kind of thing, trying to change, trying to create a paradigm shift, of course you will expect frustrations, people are angry, so I understand his fears. It's all right, but we're going to educate you. Now, concerning Tassi's opinion on the judicial system, you ought to understand how the law works. To lawyers, we believe that the courts will not descend into the arena of conflicts between two litigants, except one of you approaches the courts. So if it is not the duty of the court to wade into the Alufo, except it is brought by the Director of Prosecution of the relevant minister. That's the truth.
That's how it works.
No judge will come into the, would you ever expect the courts to come into you and start talking, meddling into your affairs? No, except you agree. That's why they say only an agreed person approaches the courts for justice. So until that was done, and now the process is on. And as I was saying, it will interest you that a lot of Nigerians will find out that some of them, the things that were done by the Alufo, God bless their soul, God spare them. Some of them, they had some faults at a point. Because, for instance, you don't go to seek for debts at night. It's an unholy hour. Anything could happen to you, okay? So that's what we got. But it's all right. We are not saying that, okay, these guys, but let me give you a personal experience, a very personal experience. I just had a baby.
Get into your personal experience, let me take a call because I don't want to lose this call. Okay. Good morning, are you there?
Good morning, Moraya. How are you?
Very well, very well. Go ahead.
I want to ask that my brother there, the lawyer, that if, for example, a member of Boko Haram that you are able to recognize is caught, and you know he has caused mayhem and destroyed members of your family, and people are trying to kill him at that particular point in time, are you ready to take him to the police station, even when the people are not ready to listen to you?
Yes, I am, sir.
Knowing that if he should escape, he's going to do the same thing again.
Yes, I am, sir.
And remembering the very fact that our law in Nigeria is very, very porous. Our judiciary is not really working.
God's laws are never porous.
Excuse me, sir. You can be talking like this now, but people on the street are very, very angry.
All right, thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Maybe until I relate my personal experience, the viewers will understand. I just had a baby, and someone came to do, you know what our brothers in the East call Omugo? Okay, unfortunately, this same person who came to do Omugo with us lost her own daughter who was pregnant. Now that's quite sad. And I heard the news at about 10:30 p.m. I said, no, I can't wait till tomorrow. It has to be today. It's not far from my house. So I went to the place. And by the time I was coming back, you know, in Yoruba tradition, when somebody dies, you don't see off people. That's I learned that when that happened. You don't see off people. So I was going all alone, and it was around past 11. And then there was a lady who was probably drunk, and she was coming home. And she almost hit me. And then I told her, madam, be careful. She said, who are you? You must be a thief. And before I could say Jack Robinson, she called the Olodes, you know, those native, and called about 6 of them, surrounded me, and their cutlass brandishing could illuminate this place. And I was like, wow, what have I done? I said, okay, search me. As a lawyer, I know it's the right. For at that level, I raised up my hand, they searched me. They said, where are you coming from? I told them. They didn't want to go with me. I said, but please, before you hit me at all, just follow me to that place. Now I am innocent, not a thief. I came to mourn with somebody. What if I had been mauled down with cutlasses and I just had a baby? Then the newspapers would say, new daddy killed and something like that. suspected. You can imagine.
So we have.
That's why we're educating Nigerians that, look, don't do that. Don't rush to kill somebody. And in Tarsis words, learn to give a second chance.
Okay, but let's take our last call before we take some tweets on Sansi. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Yes, go ahead.
Please, I would like to contribute to the topic at hand.
Yes.
You cite an example. You said if a gang invade your house and kill every member of the family except you, that what would you do to that person if that person is caught by the mob? Actually, you might not be able to defend that such person. But the people that they are giving jungle justice these days, they are just 30 thieves. Their thieves are just, maybe they stole something of 50 naira, 100 naira, that they are giving jungle justice.
Yeah.
What type of justice are we going to give to you?
Yeah, interesting. Thank you for bringing that point. Thank you very much, because my security guard stole a bag of pure water. I was just hearing noise. I was wondering what's going on. I just went downstairs and they've already surrounded him. Now the lady who owns the pure water was already shouting to all and screaming, my pure water. She was really making noise, and because maybe she's the girlfriend of one of these people, they now all came with the mechanics and all them, so surrounded this boy and they held him. They were ready to take him out. I had to go and come out and say, bro, they will kill this man, the pure water bag. I said, okay, the pure water, return it. He returned it, but still, they wanted to get justice. And they told him to kneel down. They already put tire around them. I'm only because of pure water bag.
I think it's as a result of so many failed government. See, it still boils down to the failed system of our, of our government, because a lot of people now, because they are frustrated, they take out the frustrations. Whenever anything is done to them, they try to want to, take laws in their hands.
Could I ask a question, though? What does it say of you as a human being if you can stand there and watch another human being being killed? Are you a bad
yeah,
I find it hard to watch a chicken being killed, let alone a
human being.
So, regardless of what the person is accused of having done,
okay,
I can't stand for it.
We need to round up. Unfortunately, we can't take any more tweets, but just tell us very quickly what you do and what. Yeah, let's hear from you.
Actually, when we launched this campaign, we launched with the video of Samuel, a 12-year-old boy that was lynched. It happened long before
6 years ago,
the Alu-4. But because of the outcry that greeted the Alu-4, we felt it was time to do something. Samuel is just 12 years. I mean, he's accused of attempting to kidnap some kids. Even if he was guilty, would killing a 12-year-old boy resolve the security problems we have in this country? Is a very compassionate.
So yours is just a campaign to stop people don't walk away.
Don't walk away. What we're saying is stop it before it starts, because if you could stop it, if you allow the mob to take over, that's when it gets to that.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, ladies.
If I may just add, for me, the lady who almost got those people to lynch me, God's justice is the best, not jungle justice. Okay. Right. A few months down the line, she hit somebody in Ibadan. Now she's been arraigned for murder.
Wow. All right. Sans is going to kill me. Can I have, what do you want to do?
Okay, well, we had a lot of
We can't take any more tweets.
Let's just have one. Paracode says, people take justice in their hands because the police and other bodies are worse. So how will they allow those who hurt them to go free? And Two Mouth Official says, jungle justice has been rampant in Nigeria. I think a lot of enlightenments are needed on human rights.
All right. Thank you very much. You can watch a repeat broadcast of our show at 11 p.m. tonight. And as always, keep a date with us tomorrow morning. The World Health Organization says that 30 Nigerians die of cancer every hour. The best cure for cancer is early detection. Therefore, please go for your screening today. God bless you and see you tomorrow morning. Take care.